All right. All right. Recording in progress. Recording in progress. So, hello, everyone. Welcome to the August edition of the Charitable Roundtable. All right. Why did not go? Okay, there we go. So, welcome again to the August edition of the Charitable Roundtable. As you guys that have been here before know, this is an opportunity where we have a safe space for nonprofits to come together and learn different information. Originally, we were meeting in person, and then due to pandemic, we started, well, not we, Frank started to do hybrid meetings. And then we just found that it would be better to go ahead and shift to being virtual via Zoom. And so as a result of that, we've been able to engage with so many people from across the country. And the overall understanding of the Charitable Roundtable has evolved, because now we make it a point to have relevant speakers that come. And so we identify topics that can be beneficial to nonprofits and provide that information for them. And so I want to give everyone the opportunity to go. We're going to go around and introduce yourself, to say your name, if you're with a nonprofit, the name of the nonprofit, and if you are a friend of the roundtable, just say that you're a friend of the roundtable. And so I will start with who is in my upper right corner, and it is Miss Susan Lear.
I'm Susan Lear, and I am a friend of the roundtable. I'm here to learn.
Welcome, Susan. Next, we will have Alan.
Yeah, my name is Alan Holmes. I am a friend of the roundtable, and I too am here to learn and support.
Okay. Next, we have Glory. Are you able? Okay. Hi, Glory.
Yeah. Hello, my name is Glory, and I work with a nonprofit, Her Dream Initiative. We help to empower girls and women, and also help to reduce the gap in gender inequality in Nigeria. Thank you.
Where are you calling in from?
Nigeria.
You're in Nigeria? Okay.
Yes.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Is this your first time?
Yes, it is.
Well, welcome.
Thank you.
It is my pleasure to meet you.
Thank you.
Next, we'll have Michaela.
Good morning. My name is Michaela, and I am a friend of the Charity Roundtable. I also serve with a current nonprofit where we assist with food insecurity.
Thank you. And I know this is your first time here, because I hadn't seen you in so long. And so I also want to take a moment to give space for Frank Agan to also share.
Did you miss Alan?
No, he went. Remember, he's the phone number.
All right, yep, sorry. Frank Agan, I run an organization that helps better connect small businesses. So this is something I put together almost 10 years ago, and Mary's been helping me out. So thanks.
Thank you, Frank. And so my name is Mary Jenkins, and I am the founder of Cancer Option Collaborative, a nonprofit organization that brings together resources to help active treatment cancer patients while they're going through treatment. And so today's topic is one that is very near and dear to my heart, because I have no idea what I'm doing most of the time. And I always have a little angel that is in my pocket that I can reach out to when things get difficult when it comes to social media. And so knowing that I have these challenges with social media, and talking with Brian, who is also part of the team, and Frank, and we had the conversation like we should bring something together to help nonprofits understand the benefits of social media. And I was like, I absolutely know who the perfect person is, because the person helps me. And so with that, I would like to introduce to everyone is none other than Dr. Akina Finch. She is someone that is absolutely phenomenal when it comes to understanding. She is an author, and that's actually how I met her. If you want to know anything about social media, she is a genius. at one time she was teaching a class on Clubhouse where we would tune in and we would learn things. It's like, and there's just so much you can ask her anything. And I know she's probably saying I'm just, but puff and puff, puff. But no, I am, I will tell you, she is amazing because she just, and please share the award. Please make sure you include the award that you got, the one of the year. And because I don't want to say it wrong. Because, I want to call you, of the world. And so with that, please welcome Dr. Aikita Finch.
Thank you, everyone. And the award that Mary is referencing is the Social Media Wizard of the Year award. And I was honored by the American Public University System for that award. And that is one of the universities that I teach at. So yes. I received the award for having 28 million reach from my account alone out of the 34 million that they reached over the year. So
say that again.
So their social media, the social media influencer program reached 34 million and 28 million of those came out of my account.
Wow.
So I might know a little bit about social media.
A lot.
So I'm super excited to chat with each every one of you. I'm going to ask Mary to stop me if there's any questions as we go along, and I'm going to share my screen. And but otherwise, we are getting ready to get started and talk about how nonprofits, not-for-profits, can capitalize on social media. So I will share. All righty. Please let me know if you see it. Yes, wonderful. So here's a little bit about myself. So I'm Dr. Aikita Finch, and I'm a social media consultant. I've been doing social media since 2008 when I helped soldiers find jobs while they were getting out of the Army using social media and technology. They had never done that before. And we offered classes for them. We helped them build their platforms, and we helped them connect with businesses on social media. So that is a passion of mine. I also have a passion for nonprofits. My doctoral work was actually on nonprofit organizations and educational technology. So this is a very important topic of mine that we're speaking on today. I am an educator, I'm an author, I have a podcast, and of course, I'm a speaker. And I look forward to connecting with each and every one of you because I'm also a connector. So if there's something that you're trying to get out or know about, or if I know about it, I will definitely connect you in the right area so that if I have someone in my network that does the same or something that can benefit. All right, so here is our agenda. We're going to do some strategy prep. Then we're going to go into the strategy essentials. And then we're going to go into strategy and action. I have a few helpful resources, and then we're going to go into a recap. So that seems real simple, right? Yes, no? Okay. Yeah, thumbs? Okay, good. But believe it or not, we're actually going to do some work. So I hope y'all brought pen and paper so that y'all can kind of scribble some things down and take your notes as you go along. I am sure that y'all get the recording for this. Yes, no, maybe so. Okay.
It goes on our YouTube channel.
Wonderful, wonderful. But you might have some notes for yourself, some action items that might be something that you can use and do right now, which is the point of this presentation. Alrighty, so first we're going to go into our social media strategy prep. So the first thing we need to do is do our research. So this is a form that I give to all my clients. And I tell them to do a search. Most companies, most people don't know what's being said about them on social media. They know what they are saying about themselves, which seems to be important to them, but they don't know what the actual audience is saying, which seems to be even more important to a business because guess what? That's your brand. So how many of you know what they're saying about you on social media? Okay, okay. How many of you are doing regular Google searches? I Google myself once a month. Okay. And then what about doing searches on social media? Because one thing is to Google yourself, but see, remember, Google has certain setups to where they hide certain things that may be similar. So they're showing you the summary of the things that's out there for you. That's why I go to Yahoo and Bing as well, because they don't have that same type of filter. They're going to show it all to you. And so you need to know what's being said, what's your name, what your name is on, what your name is attached to on social media, on Google searches, on website searches. But I take it a step further. I go into social media itself and Google my name and then Google my business because I need to know, because people will say your name, but they may not tag you because they don't want you to know what they're saying about you. So as long as your name is in the search, you can still do the search and all these posts will come up about who you are and what they think about you. Prime example, we have X, which used to be Twitter. We are, for those that didn't know about the change. I did a Twitter search with my name and they said that I look like a slave on the cotton field. And whoever is following me is probably as miserable as she is. Now, obviously, they did not tag me because they didn't want me to see this. But of course, when it was all said and done, the people that they attacked was Barack Obama, Serena Williams, and it was another person and myself. So I was like, hey, I guess I'm in decent company, right? But hey, what is this? Why are you feeling this way? What is going on? And when I realized that, I went on a hunt to X to say, you need to remove this content because this is not befitting of my brand and it is, defaming, and, being that, come to find out they were not so loving of African Americans. So it was a target and a dig. And so 3 months later, they did remove the content because they found out that it was offensive. But so these are the types of things that you need to know about. They're not going to tag you because they don't want their content taken off, and they don't want people, they don't want you to know what they're saying about you. So not only do you Google yourself, but you also search all the social media handles that you may be on and some of the ones that you are not on. Why? Because it doesn't stop. Just because you're not on it doesn't mean they're not talking about you on it. So you don't see TikTok, you don't see YouTube, you don't see all those things. Hey, still search them. Still search them. Why YouTube? YouTube is a search engine. Why Pinterest? Because Pinterest is a search engine. So that also goes on to the Yahoo, the Bings, and the Googles. So if somebody posts something there, it goes on the website searches and people can see those comments from the website searches. So you need to protect your brand. So is this resonating with everybody? Are we getting some? Yes, yes. Is this something that we need to start doing? Yes, yes.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. And a lot of people don't even think about it because they're like, oh, social media is a thing. Oh, you give me that. Oh, but yes, we need to protect ourselves at all costs. And especially when we are a charitable organization that's helping other people and we're putting other people's faces on our page and our stuff about the testimonies, they could go after those people too. So we need to protect. We need to be clear. So I know I came out the gate. So yes, this is what you're getting ready to expect. I'm giving it to you real. Y'all asked how to capitalize, right? Right? So the
Yeah.
first thing is you need to do your research about your own brand, because a lot of times we are not in the know about ourselves and our brand and what we're putting out there and what's being put out about us. Okay? Okay. Any questions about that? Okay, good. All right, we're moving forward. Next thing, we're going to do some strategy prep. So the first thing is defining your goals. A lot of us are posting things because we think it's cute in the moment. We have no rhyme or reason. And it looks like, and when they come to our social media, it looks like a hodgepodge of all the things. Not about the targeted thing, but all the things. And then we look confused. We look confused. And a confused mind does not buy nor give. I'm gonna let that saturate. Have y'all been noticing that y'all putting all this stuff out there and you're not really getting any results? Yet you're not really connecting with the people you want to connect with because it's not targeted to your avatar. So what are your goals? What are you trying to achieve? Are you trying to achieve brand awareness? Do you want them to go to your website? Are you looking for volunteers? Are you looking to fundraise? Whatever it is that the ultimate goals are, those are the types of posts that they should see on their page. Okay, so we are doing that, right? Okay, I'm good. I'm good. And it needs to align with, you need to understand your audience. Okay. This is very important as well, because if we're posting what we like, we're not giving. We're not volunteering. Okay. It needs to be in alignment with the people that you are trying to attract. Does it excite the people that you're fundraising? Does it excite the people that is going to be volunteering? Do they want to be a part of your organization? Do they feel like, oh my gosh, I got to help these people? That is what it's supposed to be. Look, everything you post is supposed to be to the audience, not to you, because you're not doing any of these things that you want them to do. Is that fair? And it's easy to post about the nonprofit from our lens because we're living it day to day. We're so excited about it. We want to help the people. We want to do the things. But is our idea of it the same idea as the audience that you're trying to talk to? And it's usually no, because they don't know anything about it. You need to educate them. You need to excite them. You need to inform them. And that's what these posts are supposed to do. So when you are doing your strategy prep, do you have some that are informing? Do you have some polls in there? Do you have some research in there? Do you have some informational tidbits about why you did this in the first place? And why they should get on board? Okay? Am I giving y'all some things to think about? A little bit? Okay.
A lot. I've got a question for you, Dr. Finch,
Oh.
because you my person. So I'm going to ask the question, because so we haven't had this conversation.
Mm-hmm.
What about the nonprofit that started their social media as a result of they don't have a nonprofit social media active page, but they do everything through their personal page because that's all they had before? How do you make the shift?
That's a very good question. And that's part of the strategy. Your nonprofit needs to have its own brand separate from you. Because if something happens to you and you're not able to post, then where are they getting the communications from? Unless you sit up there and give somebody else access to your page, which is crazy making, when you can just make a page for the business and build its own brand and have some board members or a social media manager handling that in addition to you, it stops. And yes, I understand when you don't know, you don't know. So that's not what we're not having that conversation. We are having, now that you have been told or you've been informed, now what do? So we start with building our brand. We get a business page. And the good thing about getting a business page is the fact that you can apply for the nonprofit features on Facebook and Instagram that include being able to add your nonprofit business. Okay, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I see things. Okay, thank you. Thank you for whoever did that. That was fabulous. Okay, that includes being able to put links in live streams for donations. That includes getting tax off for, different fundraisers and things. They don't take the money out. Sometimes they even match, sometimes judging on what time it is, time of the area they have, so these are features that you're missing out on because you have not applied to that. Now, I do know that since we've been together, Mary, you have done these things and you have these features. So now, believe it or not, if somebody else does a live stream and they look in the nonprofit section to do a donation, they can actually take your business and put it on their live stream and people can donate to you whether they're part of you or not. That's another feature that you're missing out on by doing it on your personal page. Okay, and I see a question here.
I was going to tell you there's a question.
Okay, perfect. What about when you only post for on your page, but cross your entire social media pages? Okay, and that's fine too. But if you're going to cross, post from your NPO, meaning share the post is on the NPO to your personal page. And the reason why is because when people are seeing you on your personal page does have a better algorithm than your business page because they want you to pay to play. We got that. But when you share from the business page to your personal page, you are letting your audience on your personal page know that this NPO has a business page and they are free to go and follow. And when they click on that post, they'll actually be sent to the NPO page, which is what you want. So that's another way to get them in there. And once they actually start following or whatever, or even because they've been over there, they'll start getting notifications about what's going on your NPO. So that is, definitely my pleasure. And that is a very important thing. But if you are doing what is the Facebook, it has a scheduler in the back that lets you connect your Facebook and your Instagram. And so whatever you put on one can go to the other and lets it link and post. That's another time saver. And you also get the analytics for what's going on those pages. So I would suggest if you have these things, go ahead and link them. Stop doing everything separately because you can make one post, you can schedule it out, and it looks like you are doing all the posting. So I always say do native posting. Twitter has its own, LinkedIn has its own, Facebook, Instagram has its own now. And because if you're using the laters and all of those types of things, the Hootsuite, it posts that it's from Hootsuite. Whereas if you use the scheduler, you don't get all of that, and that helps you with the algorithm because they give you bonus for using their products, if that makes sense. So that's something else that goes along with the strategy. That's choosing the right platforms. Are you where your people are? A lot of times we choose platforms for our ease and comfort. But guess what? Our people may not be there. If we have a nonprofit for children, children on Instagram and TikTok, and you sitting there in Facebook. So you may be talking to their parents, but you're not talking to them. So we have to get past our own ease and comfort and get to where our audience is. Is that making sense? Resonating? Okay. Then we need to make a list of people who we're going to collaborate with and partner. We do not have to do this on our own. Many of y'all work together. Even here. Mary and Frank could do a live stream about the importance of charitable organizations. They can put both their hashtags in there, and they could make donations to Mary's nonprofit, since Frank does not have a nonprofit. Okay, but he's an advocate for nonprofits. They could do the whole thing, and people could donate throughout the video. Why? Because Mary has that link on her page where when they go live, they can be getting donations throughout. And then Frank has a big following, right? Mary has a big following. They're bringing people to the yard. Mary's people already know what she talks about. Mary talks about fundraising. But Frank might be talking about something else that Frank's people don't know anything about Mary past, that she's a nonprofit. And he's bringing in some new people, new donors, new people that would be interested in the events that Mary is doing. Are y'all understanding what I'm talking about as far as the collaboration and the partnerships? Make a list of people that will help you as far as collaboration and as partnering. You do not have to do this alone. Y'all can do things together. And better yet, if y'all are both have these features on your page, you could put your link and you could put the other person's link if y'all both nonprofits, and they could choose who they want to donate to. It's good. Let's stop doing so many solo things and do community things, because people like seeing people that can connect together. See, that's what I'm talking about, Frank. That's what I'm talking about. Get in there, Mary.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So then integrating social media with other efforts. Okay. Social media is an extension of your brand. It should not be where your brand lives, because Mark Zuckerberg has a problem with turning off Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok on a regular basis. At least once a year, he turns that thing off, and everybody is fluttering and confused because they done put all of their efforts into their social media and not sending people to their email list, not sending people to their website, so they can't continue to connect with those people because they're doing everything on social media. Remember, that is an extension. That is not where you live. You do not own these things. So if he decides to turn it off, you are a mess. If he decides to block your profile, you're messed up. Okay? Okay.
I experienced that. You remember, I went through that.
So make sure that you have something that you own. Have an email list where all these connections are, the people that really are supposed to be connected. There is an app actually that the people that's on your groups or whatever, you can actually make a spreadsheet of those people as they sign up, and then they can go to an email list. So that is something. So if you're doing groups, that is something that you need to have. Is something called Group Collector. I do believe I got it off of AppSumo, but you can also research it. And AppSumo is a great place to be. If you only want to buy things one time, it's a great resource. So definitely check it out, nonprofits. Okay, and then leveraging your analytics and insights. Live in your analytics section, please. Please. Because that will help you not post willy-nilly. You can look at the analytics and you can see what the people like, what time they're liking more, what content they're liking better than other content. And let's say your people are really liking posts instead of videos, or vice versa. Post what's bringing the people into the page so that you can get your information. And another thing is, let's not ask for the money all the time. It could be kind of like, have y'all heard of Gary Vee? He made a page that said jab, 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 right hook. So right hook is when we ask for the money. So we're going to give value. Why we do this? Value. What events we're having. Value. A testimonial about somebody that we've helped. Right hook. Ask for the money. Ask for the donation. Y'all see what I'm saying? Because we don't want to be seen as we're just looking for your money. We don't see you as a person, whatever, whatnot. Yes, we understand fundraising is very important, but we don't want to be that person. Oh, here's the money lady again. Here's the money man again. You know, we don't want that. We want them to be excited to give. We want them to be excited to be making a difference. Making sense? All right. And then, of course, creating compelling content. Let's not just post pictures all the time. People get bored with that. Let's not just post videos all the time. People get bored with that. Let's mix it up. Let's do some polls sometimes. Let's do some pictures sometimes. Let's do some stories sometimes. Let's do some carousel sometimes. Let's mix it up, because if the algorithm thinks you're doing the same thing over and over again, it won't push it out. That's why you have to post different things throughout to keep the algorithm up. So it's pushing things out because they want you to be doing different things. Okay.
What is a carousel?
Thank you, Mary. So a carousel is when you have like 4 or 5 different pictures all at one time. Sometimes people use it as little tip boxes, like, why should you donate to the CLC? First picture, we help people with cancer patients. We help them pay their bills. We help them do this. We help them do that. So the last picture would be, because of the thing, your donations would greatly help in this area. This is why we need to give to it. And if you're interested in donating, here's our donation link. That is a carousel. And you can do those on Instagram and on LinkedIn and on Facebook. And Twitter kind of does it that way, but it kind of is formatted that way anyway, so you can make it work. So, do we have any questions about this right now? Am I being overwhelming? I just want to make
it's a good overwhelming.
okay.
It's a good overwhelming. Especially because we're recording it. And so there's a lot of information. I mean, I've already put up a post and let people know that they missing it. They are missing, and we haven't even, I mean, this is the third screen. There's so much has been given so far, and this is amazing.
All right, wonderful, because I get excited about this, and especially non-for-profits, because I just love them. So you just have to let me know. So the next thing we're going to talk about is, now that we have done our strategy prep, we got this list, we're putting the stuff together, we're deciding where we want to go, we're deciding who we want to collaborate, we're going to reach out to them. We've gotten all of those strategy preps together. Now we're going to come up with some essentials. Okay. So the first thing is, oh, wonderful. I see we have a social media manager in the house. Wonderful. So let's talk about exposure. This is very, very, very important. That is the point of you being on social media, because it's an extension of your brand. So you are using social media to get exposure. And so you need to decide how the people are going to get the information. Now, yes, we need to mix it up, but in the grand scheme of things, people tend to gravitate to one of these three areas. Either they are written poster, which Mary definitely is, because Mary will put a scroll. Then verbal, that is where, we like to hear, so they're going to do videos and speak and all those. And then visual, that's all of our graphics, our infographics, things like that, carousels, the things. So you can decide which way you are going to put your brand out there. Okay. So here's the breakdown. So if you are a kinesthetic, which is a written type person, you need to feel it, you need to alliterate, you need to storytell, you need to do all the things. Then you're probably going to be a LinkedIn person, you're probably going to have a blog, or you're going to be on Twitter. Because those three areas like to talk. Right. Now, Facebook does have a space where you can just scroll away, but that's also good because it doesn't have a character count. But believe it or not, LinkedIn has a shorter character count than Facebook. Most people don't know that, even though they usually go over there to do all their writing. Visual, Facebook, so you can do your polls, you can do your videos, you can do your stories, you could do all those things. Instagram, the same. And Pinterest, very important, very visual. And it is a great place for you to put a picture and then a link to where you really want them to go. Prime example, when I wanted my Instagram to grow, I put a picture on my Pinterest of a post that I made on Instagram, and then put the title on there and put a link to my Instagram. My Instagram grew by 100 people in that one day. So you are sleeping on Pinterest if you want things to move. Pinterest is used as a search engine. And the good thing about Pinterest is that it lands on the 80-20 rule. They want you to share 80% and post 20%. So it is built to get your information out there. And the boards are built for you to share things. So there are plenty of charitable boards out there that y'all should be on, sharing and collaborating. Okay. Instagram Reels are prevalent, just like TikTok. Okay. So, but they're still more verbal for, the video reason, but the aesthetics of it. So getting an app like CapCut that makes the templates, the stuff that you're going to look at, more appealing to the eye, because sometimes we don't have a visual appealing eye. We just take a picture and throw it up there. No. When we can go to CapCut and we can take several pictures and it'll turn it into a pretty video and put the little layers in there and the captions in there, and you spend 5 minutes on that, and you will get so many more hits because it's visually appealing. And CapCut's free. Okay. Yeah, it has a paid thing, but it's still, the free version still is great. Then the verbal, that's the YouTubes. Why should we be on YouTube? YouTube is a search engine. Make sure that you're using the captions, such as charitable, such as fundraising, such as whatever your nonprofit does, that when they type those in, they should find a video of you telling your why story, telling your how story, telling your testimonial stories. That is what they should be seeing. So you need to make sure that your SEO is super tight on those things. Add the keywords to the title as well as the hashtags at the bottom. Live streaming, very, very important. People fall in love with you in the live stream because they know it's not edited, it's not scripted. Sometimes you just talk. I have been on many of Mary's live streams and she just talks. But when she does just talk and just be her, people fall in love with the CLC. And sometimes she gets donations right off the live stream because they done fell in love with what she's talking about. They done fell in love with the storytelling. She's a master storyteller. That's truth. I have to give her that point. And so when you have those storytelling skills and you start pulling on the heartstrings of the person that you are resonating to, that is when you start building the community. And that gives you that exposure because they're going to share those videos. They're going to share those reels. They're going to share those live streams with other people that could benefit from the information. Is this making sense to everyone? Okay. All right. What about you, Miss Glory? You know, I'm counting on my social media lady there. All right. So what do you need to do to get the exposure? You need to
I'm
build.
sorry, I didn't hear you.
Oh, I was just saying, is it resonating with you? Am I on point?
Yes, definitely. Yeah.
Okay. Wonderful. Wonderful. So what do you need to do to get the social media exposure? You need to build connections. Because you build the connections because you want authentic reach. You do not want to have to do all these paid ads because guess what? When you're putting out the paid ads and you target wrong, you're going to get a whole bunch of people that don't care about your nonprofit. And you'll just have all these inflated numbers, but you're not really getting full reach and full engagement. Okay? Building credibility. People need to believe in you in order to give you money. They need to know that this is not a scam. In this world of Scams Anonymous, y'all may have seen a decline in giving because people are wondering if you're a scam. So that's why you always are putting out your videos, letting them see what you're doing, letting you, you sit with the person that you're doing the testimonial with. Mary is amazing. Frank is amazing. Gloria is amazing. You understand what I'm saying? You need to show them that this is real. Okay? Showing your uniqueness. Yes, nonprofits fundraise. Yes, nonprofits give. Yes, this, and this. But what is unique about your nonprofit that they need to follow, know you? Show your uniqueness. And then finally, make a difference. Show them that you're making a difference. I reference Mary because I know what Mary does. So when she's at her fundraising things at the barbers shows and things like that, she's out there talking to the people. I even have a video of her out there dancing to the music and all that. She's showing her uniqueness, but when she did that, the people start coming to the table like, what is this woman doing? Let me see what's going on. And so showing your uniqueness and then making a difference. And once they come to the table, she tells them how she's making a difference. And they put money in the bowl. Okay? So, and in social media cases, they're sharing it out. They're not just liking. You don't want them to like and leave. You want them to put in some comments, tell you how it's affecting them. Better yet, you want them to donate. Better yet, you want them to follow the website. Better yet, you want them to share it on their pages. Wow, I just found this new organization that is amazing. Consider following them. That is what we're looking for when we're making a difference. Resonating? We're good? Yes? All right. Feel free to ask questions throughout. And Mary, keep me honest on time. Okay. So what do we need to get? How do we get the exposure? We need to be engaged. You can't post one time and then don't post for 3 months and expect the people to still be there. Or better yet, a year later. And yes, I know nonprofits that have done this. They post one time and think that's enough. If I build it, they will come. They will not. In fact, It takes 90 days of consistency, 3 months, in order for you to really see some true traction, because they want to see if you're going to keep this up, because they don't want to waste their time following somebody just going to post once a week or once every 3 months and be done with it, because that's not any engagement. They can't engage with that. So we also mentioned being consistent, but you can be engaged and you can be consistent and not give them any value. You need to give them value. People follow what they know, like, and trust, what makes them feel good, what makes them feel informed, what makes them feel like they're making a difference. All of those things are value. You can be an educating page, you could be an informing page, you could be an engaging page, but all of those things give them value. So figure out what your audience wants and continue to post that type of content to bring them in. That's where you come with the analytics. So what we've all been waiting for, right, is the capitalization. Yes, I got a list. So feel free to take pictures. So amplify your mission and your message. Your message needs to be consistent across the board. That includes your name of your social media handles and everything. If it's the COC, it needs to be the COC across all the social media handles. People will not hunt for you. Don't make them have to. I am DRAD Finch on all social media handles. Why? Because I don't want them to have to hunt for me. If they go to a social media handle, and in fact, if there's a new social media, I will go and hold that page and put a little post or two on there to let them know, hey, I'm going to be here in a minute. Because people will start paying attention to the fact that they're following you and will try to take the name. So as soon as you find out there's another page, make sure that you have the same name across the board. The naming convention is 14 characters, and that is because X has a name characterization of 14 characters. And then everybody else will be the same across the board. So if you can put your name into X, you can fit your name into anything. Okay? Encouraging advocacy and volunteering. Let them know that this is a way that they can pour into other people. They may not have the treasure, as you know, you can use your time, your treasure. They may not have the treasure, which is the money, but they may have the time to give to you. They may have a skill that you really need. So you need to let them know what skills you need. That is a post. That is informing them. Oh man, I can't really give, but I can give about 5 hours a week and help them with social media. Or I can give 5 hours a week and I can help them with fundraising. Or I can give 5 hours a week and I can help them with administration. And is that not a benefit to y'all as well as just the money? Absolutely, because guess what? A lot of y'all are the chief everything officer. Let's be real. Y'all are the chief everything officer. And if somebody could come in there and volunteer, by all means, give them the opportunity. But y'all are not posting about your opportunities for volunteering. And then advocacy. If there is a particular thing that you are doing, let's say cancer awareness, which would be Mary, children awareness, whatever it is, talk about that and make sure you make posts about that, facts about that, because they'll know that you are informing them, and then they might want to get part of the cause as well. Okay? So it's not just about your nonprofit. Sometimes you need to inform them about what your nonprofit is doing and the effects of your nonprofit and what would happen if you're not there. Then they would want to benefit, donate more or help you more because they realize you are an integral part of your community. Tracking? Yes, no? We're good? It's just? Okay. All right. Another one is optimizing your content for each platform. People tend to post one particular post and just share the exact same thing on all social media handles. That is not correct. Each social media handle has its own speed. Prime example, X has 480 characters, whereas on Facebook you can write a scroll. LinkedIn has, intermediate scroll. And so you need to tailor the way you're going to talk, even though it's the same post, the caption should be different and should reach out to the speak of that platform. That will move your algorithm up and get you seen more. And then also hosting these virtual events and campaigns. Let people see what you're doing. Talk to them. Host events. Bring more people into the yard, because that when they see you and they see you collaborating with other people or doing events or doing things, they know that you're active and they can be involved too. And then, of course, utilizing those analytics after we've done the events, after we've collaborated with partners, after we've optimized our content. How did it do? What was the results? Oh, we got 50 more people coming to our page because of this video, but we kind of got hit a little bit off of this post and the way that that was worded. So I probably won't post that anymore, but I'll post more of the video content when I talk about this particular thing. Okay. So did I do my job? I'm teaching y'all how to capitalize so far. There is more though. There is more. Okay. So of course we got to talk about growth, right? All right. So as we're talking about growth, we want to make sure that we have a clear strategy, because we did our strategy prep. We want to have the engaging content. We know how we engage and we know how our people engage because we've been on analytics. We building our community because the people that's coming in here, when they comment, we commenting back. We're letting them know to come to our website. We're letting them know that we have groups. We are using our visual content because the world is mostly visual, even though we do have some auditory learners and some kinesthetic. Most of them are visual. They want to see a pretty thing. And then we're running our campaigns. We're doing our paid ads that's pointing them to our websites, our email lists, the things. And then we are encouraging action. CTA, call to action. Every post should have a call to action of some sort, whether you want them to do their research on cancer awareness, or you want them to sign up for this event you're having, or if you want them to go and see this live stream that you just posted, or you want them to share the live stream, whatever it is, you need to have a CTA. Okay. And then let's put this into action, and then we will be wrapping up. Okay, so this is my social media platform wheel. I put LinkedIn up at the top because most people especially are looking for corporate sponsors, that type of thing. You are a business, so you should have a presence on LinkedIn. There are times with some government agencies, some nonprofits, not for-profits need to get rid of money near the end of the year. They should, and they look for nonprofits, and sometimes they just pick them randomly, and they say, hey, you should be there on LinkedIn for them to find. Facebook is another one. A lot of groups, a lot of pages, a lot of different features. Very important. I put X next because X is an on-time platform, real time. Wherever you post it, you're going to get a different person each time. So it's constantly rolling. So having a presence on X is important because, hey, if 45 could do it, you can do it too, right? Okay. And so you can definitely get your stuff out there. And the good thing about it is those high point donation links, articles that was written about you, testimonials, your causes, you only have 480 characters. So you're going to have to use links. The links are going to point them to where you want them to go. That's what you use X for. Instagram, beautiful reels, all the things. Then Pinterest, that is where you use links as well, because it's a search engine, to point them to the different areas you want to go. So prime example, Mary would have a post about her hair show. She would have a post about her donation link. She would have a post about whatever event, the Summit of Hope that she was doing. Inspiration, Summit of Inspiration. She would have that kind of post. Whatever she was doing at the time, there should be a post that is all her call to action should be on Pinterest. So when they go over there, they can go and make that action. And it helps them bring you to the other social medias that you have. YouTube, also search engine. Make sure that you have crisp videos, crisp thumbnails, very important. And then live streaming. I bring it all in because that's where you get to express yourself and point them to all these places that you want them to go. Okay. So we have our social media handles. These are some that we use. We know these. And then, of course, our live streaming ones. These are some that I use. Snapchat is still there. A lot of nonprofits are using it. A lot of businesses are using it. But it's not as more businesses are taking it over than the kids were. So it's a good time to tap into that. All right. Now we can go into our content. Here's a nice content calendar. So basically, these are some of the places that you could be. You could put your topic in your campaign. You can put your posting item, whether it's a carousel, whether it's a poll, whether it is a post, whether it's a video. And then you can put what day you plan on posting it. This is a simple content calendar, but you can actually build it out on a calendar as well. However you float your boat, but these are the points that each one of these areas should have. It should have what the topic of the campaign is. It should have the posting item that you're using, and it should have the day. Okay. Then we have our monetization, because we definitely want to monetize, right? So we need to start doing our direct fundraising and our donations, using those integrated fundraising tools, using our donation like buttons, using our live fundraising events. So even in your live fundraising event, you can put up a little post that goes to your Facebook or your Instagram or whatever that has the link to donation, because some people, they may not have a Venmo or whatever, but they do have a connection to their Facebook that they could donate that way as well. So don't discount that even on your live events. Crowdfunding, a lot of people are doing that now. If you have merchandise, definitely put your merch out there. You can actually use the social media shops. That way, when you have a product you're putting out, let's say you have a hoodie or something, you could then put the link to a hoodie that's in the store, and then you can actually push it out, and they don't even have to leave the platform to go buy your stuff. Partnerships, scholarships. If you're doing scholarships, if you're doing partnerships, start doing posts about that. And then connecting those links that we mentioned before, those donation links and things of that nature, so that they could buy right on the spot. Your grants and your awards, make sure you're posting. Yes, we received a grant. Now, you may not judging on if y'all want to do the number or not, but you want to at least thank the organization. So let's say Frank Foundation just gave Mary a wonderful award. Thank you, Frank, for all that you do. We will truly use this in a great way. We appreciate you. That shows that y'all are actively fundraising, actively getting grants, actively getting awards, because people, especially when they're given large numbers, want to see they are not the first. Okay. Then, advertising and affiliate marketing. If you're using a product over and over again, get you an affiliate link. And every time you talk about using that product, it comes to you, to the organization, and then the organization gets money for using the product. And then, of course, your social media events, live stream events, podcasts, things of that nature. Get on these live streaming events, get on these live streaming platforms, get on these vlogs and these blogs, and let people know, leverage audiences and let them know that you're here. Okay? Any questions? Am I good?
We are coming up on
Yeah.
12:45.
Perfect. We have a promotion slide, so we'll move through that. Similar things, utilizing the paid promotions and the things like that. You could use that sparingly, but another way is to optimize your profiles. Make sure that they're complete, because the more complete they are, the more that the platforms will show you. So if you're not doing your stuff completely, that's probably a lot of the reason why you're not being seen. And make sure you're using your hashtags and your keywords. That is very, very important, and that's something that you can do for free. And then, of course, collaboration with influencers and partners. If you get some social media influencers that you meet that will post about your thing and point them back to your page, that can be a game changer in many different instances. And then finally, some of these resources. So finding something, using the native posting to do your automated posting, having a caption or editing software to make it look a little bit more crisp, having your videos where when you're presenting about your products, having your projector, your TV, or even putting your presentations on your website so that people can come see it afterwards, kind of shows that credibility. And of course, make sure that you're posting your social media handles. Make sure that you have, maybe even a vlogging camera, or your phone is, set to the most optimized points for video so that everything look crisp and clean. Then of course, having StreamYard and Zoom, those are great ways to have the videos. They cut it up for you. They have it saved in the doc for you. And then all you have to do is go get it. And then if you're using your phone all the time, please use a mount or a stand and stop holding your phones in your hand, because we can actually see the video shaking. So definitely stop that. So that, and that's my funny, but please do stop that. And then, so here's our recap. I have made my time. We talked about strategy prep. We talked about strategy essentials. We talked about what it looks like in action, and I gave you some helpful resources. And here is my contact information. And now I'll turn it back over to Mary.
Woo, woo, woo. When I say, wow. So I have known Dr. Finch since 2020. I met her in March 2020. And I knew she understood social media, and I knew that and she would always say, Mary, if you need me, just call me. And she was like, Mary, if you only let me help you. Mary, if you only let me help you. And sometimes I had to say, you don't know what you don't know until you know. I'm hearing this information. I'm like, now, wait a minute. Now, I know I don't do this, and I know I don't do that, and I know I don't do the other. And so I'm like, oh my God. So I don't know if anybody else was blown away, but man, I was absolutely blown away. I mean, absolutely. So Dr. Finch, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes, you did make your time, but I'm like, you can come back and do this whole presentation again, because I'm sure it would be more information of what you shared. So at this time, is there anybody that has any comments in reference to what was shared on today? Just if you are muted, come off mute and then just talk. Because otherwise I can talk.
Yeah, no, just my 2 cents. I thought it was very insightful. The great irony of the Charitable Roundtable of the last 6 months is our best speakers have the least participation, the least people in, but we do have it recorded and it'll download and I'll get it out to YouTube and, you know, yeah, so people are missing out.
I agree. I agree.
I just want
Anyone
to say
else?
thank you. I just want to
Go
say
ahead.
thank you. It was very comprehensive. I definitely learned a lot of information today. I have listened to different um, types of presentations like this, but this one was much more comprehensive and thorough, and I appreciated. I learned something new. I think one person already asked about that, which were the carousels. I wasn't familiar with that either. So thank you so much, Dr. Finch. Thank you so much, Mary, for presenting this opportunity for us to learn more.
Thank you. Anyone else?
Good afternoon. I just want to say this was a great presentation. I thought I knew social media. I guess I don't. And I was sitting here listening. I was like, darn, computer kicked me right completely out at the beginning. So I'm glad it was recorded, and I'll catch up on the rest of it later. And thank you again.
Thank you.
Thank you, Michael.
You're welcome.
I had to listen while I was in the car, and I was gonna say I didn't get to watch the slides. However, Dr. Finch, this was one of the most concise, on point social media presentations I've seen in a long time. And I, in the last minute of your presentation, emailed my wife related to her for-profit business, but it's related to people in the boards. And I sent her 8 items of things that I think she can execute that just were motivated by listening to you talk while I'm driving, which is great when you're in traffic because you get to think, and maybe I should pay attention to the road. But, you know, I mean, I wasn't watching, but I wasn't, no, I was watching the road. I wasn't watching the screen, but, you know, my mind was flying. It was just great. I really enjoyed it.
Thank you. Thank you. And, you know, if she has any questions, please reach out. I'm glad to assist.
Can do that. Thank you.
Yeah, Dr. Finch, this is Alan in Southern California. I want to say thank you for such an incredible presentation. There are very few things overwhelm me. Thank you, Mary, for allowing me to be a part of the Friends of the Round Table. My question is, when I share this, and I will on LinkedIn, a lot of times we share information and we give credit and don't give credit. What is your recommendation when I share this? Do we put hashtags? Do we just say a little bit and say thank you, your name, @, or should not just share any verbiage above the video, just share it? What is it? Because I know sometimes I have different people share different things and I don't know the response to that, and maybe I've been doing it incorrectly because I don't know what I don't know, but until I've been now educated.
Thank you. I usually write a little, you know, a thank you so much for a great presentation or whatever you felt about the presentation. So synopsis, thank you to @ And so my case would be @DRAD Finch. And for a great presentation, you know, and then your feelings on it. And if anybody needs to see it, you know, you could put the link in there for where it's gonna go or whatever. So yeah. Easy
Thank
peasy.
you.
Yes.
Understand. Thank you.
Wow. And Susan said in the chat, thank you, Dr. Finch. She said, amazing. Thank you, Dr. Finch. So I'm just, like I said, I have known Dr. Finch since 2020. And I mean, I owe you an apology, Dr. Finch. I know I've probably been stressing you out. You probably been looking at my social media and been like, oh God, Mary, what are you doing? And so now I'm literally excited to take the information that we received today and separate. Because I'm you know, I stay on the Mary Jenkins page, and I will talk about Hairstyles and Beauty for Hope and the COC and Sign Right Notary Services. I will talk about all of it from my main page. And then at some point in the middle of the night, I'll be like, oh, let me make a post from the page. And then I'll be like, I know Dr. Finch is gonna want me to do that. And so now to actually have a strategy and, to actually, I hear you. I ain't hear you before. Maybe because I was traveling too much. I ain't hear you. But I hear you and I hear you. So thank you so much for what you shared. Thank you. I mean, you can't put a price tag on the information that was received today. And so thank you, thank you, thank you. I mean, it's just, I'm blown away. And so thank you. I can say that over and over. I will share with the Charitable Roundtable, we meet on the second Friday of every month, and we have a different topic. And the topics are so beneficial for nonprofits. So we're asking to do some things that Dr. Finch shared. We have a YouTube channel. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Share, share the video, because you can share it, and you can share it on your Facebook page or your Instagram page and your LinkedIn page, and tag the Charitable Roundtable page. So there's a Charitable Roundtable page on LinkedIn, and there's a Charitable Roundtable page on Facebook. So we tried, Dr. Finch. We tried. We're gonna grow. And Frank, I will take the liberty to invite Dr. Finch to actually be part of our social media, because the more that the word gets out about the importance and the benefit of the Charitable Roundtable, then we will have 20, 30, 100 people, because they'll understand the importance and the value. And I believe that Dr. Finch would be a great addition. So I'm gonna put it out there. Dr. Finch, you don't have to answer today. I'm not twisting your arm or anything like that, but we're gonna have a conversation. And so thank you everyone for coming. Please remember to put your contact information in the chat, save it. Frank has been recording this. It's going to be uploaded to the Charitable Roundtable. Next month is September. Frank, who is for September?
I was working on all of that. It's I don't want to say a rerun, but we're going to be, hang on a second here.
Is that Sabrina?
Yeah, Sabrina's coming back on and going to be talking about this is how to keep your board engaged in fundraising all year long. That was another really good one. And she covered about half. So it'll be good.
Yes. So, and the first half is recorded. It's on the Charitable Roundtable. When I said that was amazing as well. And we wanted her to come back because there was so much more that she had to give, because board engagement is so critical. And one thing that I did learn about board engagement, a board will be engaged in the area that is comfortable for them when they understand how they can fit. When you try to have board members that don't understand, they don't understand where they fit, then you have board members that are there in body but not in spirit. And so what she shared was so critical. So next month, join us for the September, what's the date?
I just skipped off of it. 9th, I want to say.
Is it the 9th?
Hang on.
I have a calendar.
I know it's October 11th. We're talking about AI.
September the 13th.
That it?
September the 13th is when we're going to be talking about keeping the board engaged. And then of course October is AI, which nonprofits, it's here to stay. It's not going away. And so rather than be afraid of it and not embrace it, it's better to have an understanding of it, and then from someone that actually understands it themselves. And so we're bringing that person on. So I encourage you to share, like and share. Thank you so, so, so much. Jim, it was great seeing you. And so everyone with that, Frank, is there anything else that we get to cover?
Nope.
All right, then we will say we are at 12:56. We did it.
All right, have a great weekend, everybody.
All right, everyone have a great day. Again, Frank is going to put the video up, or the